We're still a few months from getting real information on Pokémon Legends Z-A, but my brain can't help but turn over ideas of what it may look like. Legends is still such a new subseries, and I think what happens in this game will really show us what we can expect from future titles, more so even than the first one. So, over the next few months, I want to take some time to discuss what I expect to see in this game. Not as much mechanics, but lore, story elements, and of course, Pokémon. And where better to start with than, well, the starters. The choices of partner Pokémon in Legends Arceus were very interesting, and I loved the dimension they gave these Pokémon with their new forms. I expect no less love to be poured into this new trio of starters. Before we continue, if you like what you see, you should subscribe. I already have quite a few Pokémon videos out there, and these Legends videos are just the tip of the iceberg. I hope to see you around. This image shows the 27 starters we currently have available in the Pokémon games. I think a few of these Pokémon can be cut immediately. First, the existing Kalos starters. They'll definitely have a presence in the game, but I doubt it'll be a starter Pokémon. Along those same lines, I also don't think we'll be seeing a return of the 3 starter lines used in Hisui: Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott. None of those are particularly controversial takes, I imagine. I'm a little less sure of this, but I highly doubt we'll get a return of the Paldean starters. I love them, but it just seems to be too soon for their reuse in a Legends game. So let's hop into something a little more lukewarm, I guess. I don't think the new starters will be getting regional forms. Now, I fully expect Kalosian forms to in some way be introduced, but instead, with the focus they put into the mechanic with this game, I think all of the starters will instead have a new Mega form. This means any starter that already had a Mega form probably won't be used. That being the Kanto and Hoenn starters. And with that, we've already cut out over half the choices. Those are the easy ones, though. From here, the process is more direct, choosing the Pokemon that make the most sense for each type. And the one that seems most obvious to me is our Water starter. The Piplup line wasn't chosen because of any particular connection between France and penguins, but instead due to the name of its final evolution: Empoleon, a name that derives from the former Emperor of France, Napoleon Bonaparte. The nation of France has always been a part of this Pokemon's design, so it only seems natural for them to put it in a French region. Taking out the other Sinnoh Pokemon and shifting to the Fire type, we now only have 3 options. 2 of them are big beefy boys like Empoleon, and while the third is still muscular to be sure, gives off a very different silhouette. The Scorbunny line seems like another shoe-in for this region, honestly. Not only does it stand out among our options, but, much like in the UK, soccer, football, whatever, is the single most popular sport in France. If you wanted, you could even play up some kind of fun England-France rivalry thing in there. The last starter to choose is my personal favorite, the Grass type. Out of the 2 possible options, I could see Game Freak going either way, but when I look at Snivy, it looks more like France than even New York to me. While not always true, the French are often stereotyped as a snobbish people, something well represented in the Snide Snivy. This is the choice I feel the least confident in, but I still like it. These 3 choices also fit the original design purpose of the Kalos starters, with Serperior, Cinderace, and Empoleon respectively fitting the Magic, Dexterity, and Tink class archetypes you would find in any RPG party. They also just look great together. I feel pretty confident in my picks for these starters, but we know that Game Freak will probably do something weird and out of left field, so you tell me. What do you think will be the starters for this game? Let me know in the comments. Also, let me know what other videos you want me to make before the release of this game sometime next year. And speaking of, how about you mention when you think this game's going to come out? Honestly, I think it'll be in the first half of next year, much like Legends Arceus was. Probably as a launch title for the Switch successor. Maybe that's hoping for too much, but I hope this game gets to show off how much more we'll have to work with this next generation. Or at least give us windmills going more than 2 frames per second. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.